In my video last week where I talked about how to go about selling your parents' things, someone asked me if I would explain how online auctions work. So I'm going to do that, and this is how the auctioneers I have worked with handle it. Other auctioneers may handle it differently. So let's start with the gun auction. First of all, the auctioneer that did the gun auctions, I think is just brilliant. Utilizes things to the max. So all of the guns were listed online for sale. But then there is an end date when the auction is. And at the day of that auction, you can show up and bid in person. They had people on the phones bidding on the guns, and then they also had someone monitoring the online. So you had people from all over the country who were bidding on things all at the same time in different ways. So it certainly netted my mother quite a bit of money. And they are someone who handles then all of the paperwork as far as transferring titles and things like that of the guns. So it really makes it very simple. And they, take care of shipping to people because there were people who bought things from all over the country. So that was that auction. Now the other auctions that I did, I had a woman I worked with, an auctioneer I worked with for many years. So what we would do is when we had an online auction is we would put things in lots. Now what's a lot? That's just, you number things, 1 through however many. I mean, I did auctions that were almost 200 lots. So like a sofa would be lot 1, and then 2 end tables might be lot 2. A dining room table and 4 chairs would be lot 3, so you would do it that way. And there were other things. I mean, perhaps if like with my father and some of his collections of like ruby glass, we would put so many pieces of the ruby glass together and that would be a lot. So the way auctions used to work when I was a kid was, you were there all day. The auctioneer would pick up 1 or 2 things and sell them, at each singularly, which takes an awful long time, but that's the way they used to be done. Now with the online auctions, you put lots up and people can look at them. The auction is usually up for about a week, and then there's a closing date. Now, in order to bid on things, you need to go online and you need to fill out like a form, and you're putting in, I think, credit card information, because that protects the seller, that someone doesn't just go on there and bid a bunch of stuff and then just not show up and buy it and actually pay for it. So you have to do that. That protects them. So the items are all lotted out. We take pictures of everything, put up, okay, this is lot 1 and this is what this is. Some things were more descriptive than others, but you pretty much, the picture tells you what it is. So you're kind of grouping things together to sell them. That's the best way to go about doing that. So people bid online. Now, when you bid, you can go in and just put in a bid on something, and then you get an email if someone outbids you. Or you can go in and put like a maximum amount you would want to bid. So maybe something starts at $5 and you put a $5 bid, but you put that maximum, you would pay $60 for it. So the next person comes in and their bid would have to be $7.50. Well, then when they bid the $7.50, then it automatically goes to like $10 and you are bidding $10. So if you put in a maximum bid, it's not that you are being charged that automatically. It's that you don't have to sit and watch it all the time. A lot of people who bid online auctions sit like the last hour before the auction goes off and will just bid so that they maybe get something from somebody who maybe was had to go out to dinner at that time or something. So like I said, it's online for about a week. Then there's the cutoff date. Then there is the pickup, and it's usually a 2-hour window of pickup, and everyone is emailed a copy of what their bill is with what items that they won and how much they owe. Some people will pay that online, some people will bring a check with them, or some people will actually pay cash. So they come and they say, here's my sheet, and we walk around and we go, okay, you had lot 89 and lot 5 and lot 10. So we gather those up and here it is, and off you go. Some people can't make it to that, so usually they make arrangements with the auctioneer, like, I can't make it to that time frame, can I pick it up at such and such, and she'll take it to her house or deliver it for them. She does ship things, but then that is at the expense of whoever purchased it. Say somebody bought a crock that was really important to them. Okay, so she will ship it, but then they're going to pay for the shipping. So that's how the online auction works. It's great because, like I said, when I was a kid, you went to an auction, you just stood there all day and you watched everything and you waited for the things that you wanted to bid on. Now it's online. You can sit in your living room, you look through everything that's on the online auction, and you can bid on things. And another thing that's really great about it is sometimes something like a couch that someone's not looking for a couch, but they may be bidding on some other things, and they think, well, nobody's buying the couch, I'll buy it for $1 and give it to my kids or something like that. So it is a good way to kind of get other things out that really wouldn't sell that well to begin with. So I hope that answers your questions as to how an online auction works. As I said, these are the auctions I've been involved with. Other auctioneers may do it differently.